Hi everybody. So this is how you convert a fraction to a decimal. Now, just pick any fraction. We're going to do 3 different versions of it. The first version is, let's say it's 2 over 25, right? Now, when you focus on the denominator, you notice that the denominator can get to 100. So, if the denominator can get to 100 through multiplication, then I would multiply it to get to 100. In this case, 25 goes into 100 4 times. Because it goes into 100 4 times, we multiply the denominator and the numerator by 4, giving us 8 over 100. Now, this is your decimal, 8 out of 100. So, you want to go to the 100th place value and put an 8. This is quite possibly the simplest way of converting a fraction to a decimal. However, it's not the most practical way because most of the time the denominator won't get to 100. So let's do one of those examples. Now, again, we'll keep it simple. So let's pick a fraction like 3 over 8. Now, we cannot multiply a number by 8 to get to 100. We simply can't. Because we cannot do that, this becomes division. Now, I know you don't like division. I understand. A lot of people don't like division. Personally, as a teacher, I don't even like division, but we need to know how to do it. We need to know how to cut certain things into a number of pieces, and we need to know how to divide. So, when the denominator cannot get to 100, it becomes division. When we divide, we want to make it into a decimal. So, what we do is we take the denominator and you put it outside the box for your division. And then the numerator goes inside the box, right? Denominator outside, numerator inside. But again, we are changing this to decimals. So you add a decimal here, you add a decimal here, and then you add 3 zeros. Okay? Some people say 2 zeros, but I say 3 because the third one will help you round. The third one will help you round. 8 goes into 3, absolutely none. 0 times, right? So we want to focus on the next 2 numbers. 8 goes into 30 3 times. 3 times 8 is 24. 6, you bring down the 0. 8 goes into 60 7 times. So that is 7. 7 times 8 is 56. Subtract that, we have a 4. Bring down the 0. 8 goes into 40 5 times. 5 times 8 is 40. And we're done. Right? So, this is your decimal. Your decimal is 0.375. Now, on most cases, almost every case, I'm not going to say every case, but almost every case, we want to round this one up. So we look at the number to the right of it. Because this is 5 or greater, because it's 5 or greater, we round upwards. So your final decimal is 0.38. Now, if it doesn't ask to round it, we're not going to round it. But most of the time, it's going to ask to round to the nearest hundredth. And the reason why is because hundredth is money, right? These are your cents values. This is 38 cents. So that's how you change a fraction into a decimal if the denominator cannot get to 100. Now, the last one is if you have an improper fraction. A lot of people are always asking me, how do you change an improper fraction to a decimal? It's practically the same process. Same process. So, let's get something like 91 over 6. Why not? 91 over 6, right? 6 cannot get to 100. And with the improper fraction, you don't want to get to 100. Yeah, I want to say you want to get to 100. I mean, you can do it that way, but let's just focus on the division way, because the division way will always work. So, we're going to divide the denominator into the numerator. Right? Numerator. Now, just like before, you're going to add a decimal and 3 zeros. Even though the inside number is larger than the outside number, you still want to add a decimal and 3 zeros because we're converting this to a decimal. So, and then we're going to divide again. 6 goes into 9 one time. Subtract that. That's 30. Then you bring down the 1. 31. 6 goes in 31 5 times. That's 30. Subtract that again. Put a 1. Carry this down. That's a 0. 6 goes into 10 one time. 6. Subtract. That's a 4. Bring down the 0. 6 goes. Oops, I forgot to bring down 0. 6 goes into 40 6 times. That's 36, I believe. Yep, 4. Bring down the 0. And 6 goes into 46 more times. Now, you don't need to worry about remainders because we're rounding. So you don't need to worry about remainders, right? We could do this forever and ever and ever, but we're not. We only want to worry about rounding. So we have a decimal right here. 15.166. We want to get to the 100th. So we look to the right. It's 5 and above. We round up 15.7. And that's how you change fractions to decimals. Be sure to watch this video as much as you can. And if you have trouble dividing, please watch videos on how to divide. Thank you.